I don't have my fan, so what am I using as a replacement? A small deck of Flip 7 cards, because that was the closest thing in my vicinity.
See where I'm using my embroidery hoop.
Shout out to Flip 7. If you have not played Flip 7, do it or do it at your own risk because it is addictive.
It's addictive for a game that requires no skill.
No skill. No skill whatsoever. But yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Randy, say something gay. I am representing the iced coffee community today. Randy went and got Duncan, and I appreciate him for it. So I've got my lovely butter pecan iced coffee, and I'm ready to talk about this makeover.
How's everyone doing? I am Randy Wild, your friendly neighborhood drag king, and I am drinking aforementioned Duncan. I'm representing the hot coffee community, because it was needed this morning.
Neither
I
of
am
us
talking
wanted to get out of bed.
It's going to be a good it's going to be a good to talk about this and what people think family resemblance really means. Dear Lord.
How joyous, lovely, wonderful. And I think it's quite funny that of all the cup panelists that it could be for this episode, it's just me and you.
I mean, that tracks. I've put you in drag.
I was going to say, it kind of is maybe like the funniest coincidence, because I am technically your drag son. So that's funny. But yes, also, while we're at it, cup mug. And this is not mine, it's Randy's. Period. Go get your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below, and that lovely QR code up in the top right corner. Go get yours today. And in case anyone was wondering, yes, we are podcasting from two different rooms of the same house. So I could run over and just, run over and say hi to Randy, but I'm not going to yet. We'll see how the opinions fly in this episode.
I mean, I am technically armed. Got my my really pretty little snips here that are our new snips that come on this like nice little sheath. It's adorable. And it's hefty. That thing could be a weapon. And of course, I'm doing my beading, so I have my needle.
Of course. Have we done a recap, just us, yet? We've done plenty of Look Over Here, just us.
Yeah, not a recap, though.
Fun! Well, this will be a treat, because...
I'm usually not here for recaps.
No! I was like, Randy, come do a recap, because I'll say it up front here. We're not doing a Look Over Here this week, because it's the Makeover Challenge. We're just going to talk about it all in one episode this week, so... if you're anticipating a Look Over Here episode this weekend, sorry. We've got plenty of others. Go check those out. But there was no reason to, because it's the makeover. So we're just going to do it all in this big episode. So, and we're going to get into it. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. Make sure to check out everything we've got going on across the Cup Network, because over on the Cup TV, they've got too much content going on. There's a lot. Everything is happening. So make sure to check out all the links down below.
As the drag season wanes, the TV season takes over.
It really has. Like, TV is just everywhere currently. World of Wonder, we're still waiting for Down Under versus the World announcements. Please. That'd be nice. Make sure to check out all the links in our description below for everything Cup related. You can follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And if you want to follow both of us, our links are down below as well. Go check them out. Do all those lovely, fabulous, fantastic things. But Um, yeah, Randy, it has been a minute since you've been on recaps. I know we've talked on Look Over Here about your thoughts on this season, but generally speaking, as this is your first flagship season back in a minute, what are you thinking of the season?
Actually, I've been enjoying this season. Been a season of really strong drag.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of like interesting ups and downs.
Yeah,
A lot of interesting ups and downs. Especially with things like when like it makes me want to know what the scoring process is for everything still.
right.
Because the fact I said this for Snatch Game, like Mia did so bad that she won the like I would say that she won the lip sync, but she must have had a negative point, like such a bad point total going into the lip sync. There was no like saving it.
Her snatch game score must have been like -2 or something. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I feel that.
So,
I
but
feel
other than that, it's like it's nice to like when I was watching, it was really like Michelle was the mean judge all the time, and you
yeah.
like there wasn't much of like softness to her.
Hmm.
And now with in this season, like oh, there is a lot of softness to Michelle now,
Hmm.
which is nice to see.
It definitely is. It's been nice to see over the course of the last couple of years. And like we've known that Michelle is obviously like for the queens and has been like even in the years where she was like not necessarily the nicest judge. Like we've heard from a lot of the girls that like no, Michelle still checks on the girls and like is there for them. But I'm glad as a viewer that we're seeing that on screen as much as we're seeing
Yeah.
it in in the outside world. And I think the big thing that I love about it too is when Michelle started hosting What You Packin' years ago. I think that was a lot of the shift. Because then she got to like she was the one interviewing all the queens about like their journey and everything like that. And I really think that helped Michelle get to know a lot of these girls beyond just judge to contestant.
Hmm.
And I think that really helped the overall dynamic of the show, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but we come back in and we have lost, I'm gonna say, the heart of the season. Kenya's gone, and I'm still upset about it. Was it deserved? Yes. Am I upset still? Yes.
It's like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we come back in and this little bit at the start of the episode, I know we touched on it while we watched. The undertones of Juicy cleaning off this mirror were a little
There was some racist microaggression going on, and I don't think any of the queens meant it or clocked it.
yeah.
But telling the person who is Afro Latino, hey, you're good at cleaning, not a good look. And I know it's because they meant that she was, has been
She's
in the
been in the
bottom so many
bottom so
times.
much and she's like done it before.
But still, it's like when that left, there was a lot of weird microaggressions in this episode because later on with Juicy, they said something about like stealing or thieving, and in relation to Juicy, I'm like, oh, cool. So one of the few people of color left,
The
the only
I
person of
was
color left.
the only non-white passing. I don't know Mikey's ethnicity is the only person because everybody else left on the season is white.
Yeah.
So it's
So the
like
so the only person who isn't white passing left is getting comments of that they're a good cleaner or they're thieving or things like that. I'm like, that's
it
not a good
wasn't the
look.
greatest look. Yeah, I agree with you. It wasn't the greatest look. I want to say that the queens were coming at it from the perspective of like Juicy is also the youngest, which
That's why I
still
think it.
isn't great,
Yeah.
but I'm like it's still not great. But that's what I think it was supposed to come from. Yeah, it was weird. And then Nini's talking about all of her struggles with the roast, and this being her first low placement last week. And she's like, I just have to like demeanify all of this. And then the girls, Mikey's like, well, let's try it as they're getting out of drag. And Nini's like, Darlene, I can't remember any of your jokes besides all the damn props. And then Juicy's like, ding. And Nini's like, ding. And like, make sure to like add a smile at the end. And I'm like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But at least Nini's trying.
Yeah.
At least, because she just seems like that socially awkward queer person that has, like, she's so creative that of course she's doing drag, but she hasn't quite figured out the, like, social aspect of drag yet. So it's like, yeah.
I mean, same girl, same.
I think we've all been there, in
I mean,
in one situation or another.
and honestly, I feel for, like, in that moment. Do you also feel for Nini because I've been at I don't roast. I don't like
Yeah.
it. I don't like reading people. That's just me. I
Yeah.
don't like it's like performative cruelty. I understand why it became a thing. Historically I get it. I understand it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I had a friend a couple of years ago. She wanted to do she was doing a fundraiser for a pageant, and she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do a roast.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like, that's a bad. And she asked me to do it. I'm like, it's a bad idea. It's a
Mm-hmm.
bad idea because to actually roast somebody, you have to be a skilled stand-up comedian. You have to A, know the person very well, and then B, be a skilled stand-up
Mm-hmm.
because of knowing a joke of a timing and knowing how to, if a joke goes too far, how to recover the joke are hard skills. And so it's just like if you don't know how to do that and you're not a stand-up comedian, that's like roasting is just it's not the same as reading. And it's
It's
honestly I think
Yeah.
harder.
I agree. I agree. I agree. Um, but yes, we get everyone coming in. RuPaul comes in dressed as a cowboy
I mean,
with
she owns how many ranches?
yeah. Um and I've been so perplexed by her Mexican flag belt buckle. I'm like, okay, sure. I don't get it, but whatever.
Well, Roach thought it
But
was a good idea.
uh, who fucking knows? But for the first time in Drag Race history of recent, we get a mini challenge with quick drag. Yes. I'm thankful for it. I'm very thankful. And we are horse racing on inflatable horses with giant fake titties.
Hmm.
We've done
I
it
am,
before on Drag Race, so why not do it again?
I'm just glad there's mini challenges.
Me too. Isn't it
I would
nice?
I would rather take more mini challenges than more manufactured drama
Me too.
because they're just so much more fun, and then you get iconic moments.
I agree.
Because well, I'll bring this up. I saw someone on TikTok say it, and I agree with it. If we didn't have mini challenge, we would have never had little we never would have had little pound cake.
We never would have had a little pound cake. We never and yes, the reading challenge is like a very specific niche of mini challenge, but we never would have had Jujubee's iconic reading challenge moment from season 2.
Yeah.
Tyra, your barbecue canceled. Your grill is fucked. Like, we never would have gotten those. Like, Raven, legendary you think you are, looks more like leg and dairy. Like we would have never gotten like those moments too. Like, there's so many good iconic mini challenge moments from all over the last 18 years.
Yeah.
That we would have never gotten. So I'm thankful we're doing them again. But this one just simply comes down to who crosses the line first. Sure. And in this case, it's Discord.
She can't walk, but she can ride a horse. She can ride a
horse and win majority rules.
Yes.
And those are her 2 mini challenge wins. And we get some Discord math, which eerily feels like Lucy LaDuca math to me. I'm like, I don't want any mini challenge turning into maxi challenge wins. No. But go off, Discord. Good for you, girl.
2 minis equal a maxi.
Mm-mm. No. No.
If this was UK, that would not mean a repeater badge.
Correct. But yes, we find out that our maxi challenge for the week is the makeover challenge. Makeover. And we are making over gay rodeo cowboys.
Which, honestly, I think is really cool to see IGRA. IGRA, the International Gay Rodeo Association. Those, when you say the gay rodeo, that is actually what most people like. It is IGRA is the main association. There are other gay rodeos out there, but the main one, because they also mention it numerous times in the episode, of people of being title holders.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main one they're doing. It's nice to see the representation of a different aspects of the gay community.
Agreed.
It's like one of the drag houses I belong to here in Arizona has a lot of Arizona Gay Rodeo Association people in it, as well as IGRA. So I was like okay,
work,
go off.
And not to mention, one of the makeover contestants was from Arizona, and I loved it. And I said, finally, a queen from Arizona on Drag Race doing well.
Yeah. You know what? You said Joey J is supposed to be an all-star. Is rumored to be an all-star, right?
Allegedly, everything is alleged information. It says so on screen, but yes.
I mean, then she will do well when
we shall see.
I still want Tempest to go onto an all-stars. I think that would be hilarious. Because I want to see a queen from Tucson do better than Pork Chop, honestly.
I mean, we've got too much good drag here. Somebody else should be on by now.
Well, but it's one of those ones where I talk a lot of shit about Tempest, but if she were to be on an All Stars, I would then be 100% 10 toes down for her, because
100%.
Hometown girl.
Oh, and I think she would kill it. Honestly, we saw her. She came back on season 14 for a pork chop challenge that they did, and she was so charismatic. She did such a good job. I genuinely do think Tempest would do really well on an All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, shall we get
more
into the episode? Did you freeze? Am I frozen?
But yes, so Discord for winning the mini challenge gets to pair everybody up. I thought she did, honestly, a very good job of pairing everybody
Yeah.
together. I think ultimately, like, everyone that was paired together was paired with the right person.
Yeah, and it's like there were no what I would call shady placements.
No.
I
No,
think
like,
I
mm,
think she meant for James to be a little bit more of like a shady, like a little bit of a
yeah,
like, oh, this is going to be a challenge.
yeah.
But perfect personalities to go together.
100%. 100%. And like whoever was going to get the tall, big, muscular black man was going to have a bit more of a challenge. Like that was going to be like there are no other there are no queens left in the competition with a similar body size, which begs the question because typically I'm going to put my conspiracy theory tinfoil hat on for a second. Typically, they try to model who is in the makeover around the demographics of who's left in the competition.
So did you think they thought Kenya would be at the would
I do. I think they thought Kenya was going to be here.
because they had the guy with gauges for Discord.
Yes.
They had the guy, the Hispanic guy from Phoenix for Juicy.
Mm-hmm. Native.
Native, sorry.
Native guy. No worries. But like it I don't know. It might have just been coincidence. It might have been just who they cast. I'm not too sure. Conspiracy theory tinfoil hat is saying maybe they thought Kenya was going to be in the top 6. Regardless, I do think they paired everybody up very perfectly here, and we get quite a lovely big workroom segment throughout most of the episode where all of the rodeo cowboys and the queens are talking about their experiences and their journeys, and it's quite delightful. I've gone on record to say I don't traditionally love the makeover challenge for a variety of reasons. This one I didn't love for the judging, and we'll talk about it later. But I thought the actual content of the workroom segment was quite delightful this time.
It was.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Seeing this other like subsect of the queer community that doesn't really get talked about a whole lot, but is like very, very prominent, I thought was a very delightful addition. Like obviously we're going through the demographics of people we can pull for makeover challenges. And I'm glad that we're doing, you know, gay rodeo cowboys now. Because some of the stories we got were quite delightful and quite, you know, either delightful in such a positive way or like I'm glad we heard about a lot of these stories specifically from Nini's partner as they're getting ready,
Hmm.
talking about his friend who was unalived by other people in the service during his time in the army, and it's stories like that that obviously ground the show and, you know, remind us why even on this kind of platform we're still actively talking and promoting queer culture, because it is quite important to still do that. Unfortunately it's 2026 and we still have to do that, but um it was really nice to see that kind of it was nice to see that reaction from Nini as well, and like to see her kind of just want to have the words for the situation, and for her partner to just come back with seeing you want to have the words for it is enough. And like
Yeah,
that stuck with me more
that was
than anything
powerful.
else. It was incredibly powerful.
And then on the other side of that same coin is Jane going, I thought us queens were shady and catty. And
Yeah.
and to me, what that goes to show is that the cat, like the playful cattiness that is in drag, is in
Hmm.
almost every niche gay thing,
Yeah.
because of the fact that the reason why shade and reading exists, the reason why the playful cattiness exists, is so it's almost like practice for
Yeah.
when people are sincerely shitty to us,
Yep.
and for us to be able to think of those responses and practice those responses back on how to cut them just as much as they cut us. It is a verbal sparring. It's verbal practice for when we see for when we come across bigots in the world. And so it is a necessary thing that I think is like one of those convergent evolutions that gay rodeo has nothing to do with ballroom culture. You know, it's a full its own thing, but there's still that playful cattiness between everyone because of the fact of that same fact. And I think that's a really interesting thing.
100%.
And if I'm wrong about gay rodeo culture and ballroom culture having an intersection, let us know in the comments nicely, respectfully, because I do like to be educated. If I am not, if I do say something that is ignorant or I don't know, but be nice and
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, I was about to uh, I'm I'm very frustrated now. This is abs I got a little sidetracked. I just had a friend send me something because I was going to bring up the fact that Terry obviously has passed since the show's filming, which rest in power to him. I absolutely thought he was so delightful on this episode. And what is
Maybe don't will be always remembered.
maybe don't will always be remembered. What also is going to be remembered is the fact that several many disgusting fans in very loose quotations um, are sending hate messages on Terry's obituary.
What?
I saw a tweet from Discord. Um there's so
Y'all.
many it like people are like people are like, am I late to the Discord was robbed party on Terry's obituary?
That's
I'm
that's
like,
not a place to
that is
do that.
disgusting.
No.
I
That is not a place to do that. Also, as a gay community, we have been through too much to be doing this to one another over a show. Over a show.
it's genuinely vile. Like, if you're watching this right now and have any inclination to send any hate to anybody involved in the show, go touch grass, talk to a psychiatrist, and get your shit figured out. If you
And
are stooping so low over a reality competition show that means nothing to your individual life, so much so that you are putting hate messages on a dead man's obituary, you need to be committed and you need to figure out what the fuck is wrong in your life, because that's fucking vile.
yeah.
And I appreciate that Discord is actively and immediately going, nope, those aren't fans of mine. Fucking stop.
Yeah. That,
And
that, that is
I,
absolutely fucking vile.
I,
And once again, if you feel the need to do that, and because out of some, my girl was robbed or I could do better, then you do it. You try to do what these girls are doing at the level they're doing it. Because I
I can
guarantee you
guarantee you
can't.
can't. I guarantee you can't. Ooh, that makes me angry. That makes me angry. No, no.
But I am going to put my heart into this and say the people doing that are not watching the cup.
I don't think
And
so.
I am going to lovingly say that the people who watch us are not doing this because I want my heart to be happy. And
No.
you know what?
Yeah.
We don't as the comments we don't get much hate comments, which I think is an amazing thing. Okay, you've shown me some of the worst comments. They're not that bad.
About you?
You showed me the ones about you too. They're not that bad.
You missed some of the good ones from before you joined the pod.
Okay.
Regardless, I did love when they took a break in the middle after the Ru walkthrough and just decided to have a roping lesson. It was quite fun.
It was quite, and this is the reason why things like I like. This is one of the reasons why I like the makeover challenge because it gets fresh people in there, and
I agree.
so because it's these girls like these queens. How long since it's been since they haven't seen somebody that wasn't from production or cast?
At this point, at minimum, a month and a half.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 2 months.
And then also add into the fact of like the people they're allowed to and not allowed to speak to on production.
Yeah.
So it's like fresh blood's always a good thing because they're like, it's nice to see them having fun. I think in Drag Race sometimes we get too into it and they get too into the edit. You start losing the fun.
Agreed.
So it's nice to see the fun come back. Because hot take, y'all, hot take from me, drag is supposed to be fun.
What?
Right? And drag is inherently silly.
What?
Because of the fact, because no one actually believes that your lip sync is you are singing that song. I mean, if you look at any of the videos of me of what of my lip sync, and you see pictures of me singing, the faces I make in a lip sync are not the faces I make singing. I can tell you that right now for free. But it's nice to see the fun because I think a lot of times in competition shows we lose the fun. And some reality competition shows aren't. I would say most reality competition shows aren't there for the fun. They're there for the strategy. They're there for they're there for
Yeah.
whatever game it is, and it's not for the hey, we're doing a joyous thing and we're creating art. So it's nice to see the fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think these guys just brought so much fun to this episode as well. Like all 6 of them were really just so committed to the experience, so committed to the entire process. Except Terry not wanting his eyebrows shaved off, which honestly, valid.
Fully valid, honestly. No one's. I've had queens tell me I should shave my eyebrows. I'm like, girl, I am a drag king. No, leave
I
my
mean, you
eyebrows
could, but
alone.
like, what good would that do? It would make your paint take longer.
Also, like, yeah, and with like having to draw in a brow, the only reason for kings to really block their brows is if you're doing a really weird, like, cool special effect makeup, or if you are painting in a bigger, thicker, like, bushier brow
Mm-hmm.
that is so much bigger than your natural brow, then gluing them down and repainting them makes more sense.
Or if in your paint, like you're moving your eyebrows, like if you need more eye space based on like the way that
Yeah,
your face is shaped, like if you need your eyebrows to be a little bit higher, then you block. But like,
yeah. Well, I was saying for a lot of times for king paint because you
mm-hmm.
want the heavy lower brow for
Yeah,
masculine face shape.
so much air quotes this episode.
I know, right?
Was there anything else from the? Because I thought the whole workroom segment was delightful.
It really was. Also the fact that you can tell that it has been like a month and a half since they've seen anyone that is not them and man shaped.
Uh huh.
The girls were thirsty.
Man-shaped is a great term. And we got the full gamut from hot ripped pit crew member to hot beefy gay rodeo men. It was quite delightful.
Yeah.
But yes, I think with that being said, I think we should just go to the runway and we should talk about what went on.
Let's do it.
Woo! Weirdly, the four of them in this photo it all works.
Yeah.
Like there is a cohesion between the looks on this panel, which I do kind of love.
And I'll say I love everyone's look. LaRoche looks really great.
Yes, I love this suit.
Rue, even though it's nothing she hasn't worn before, like in shape wise, just has a different look to her.
It's something different. I agree with that. I think it's actually the cut of the dress and the fact that it kind of has this empire waist. And that's not a silhouette we're used to seeing on Rue.
I mean, but it's not quite an empire waist. It's just a little bit more high-waisted than she normally wears.
And it's not something I'm very used to seeing on Rue, but I loved it. I love, like, normally we're used to seeing floor length, like almost like column dress, and that's like the standard Rue silhouette, which I do love. I like that there's this little bit of breakup and that the dress didn't fully hit the floor at every point. Yeah. Like there was a little bit, like we got a little bit of leg from Rue, and I was like, oh, okay. And I don't normally love Rue in like in a neutral either, but this like sand color really looked gorgeous on Rue with the hair, with the accessories. I love the cuffs that she had.
Yes. And like, there's no wig stand this episode.
No, she is wearing that wig.
She's wearing that wig. It is not just behind her.
I honestly think this is one of my favorite Rue looks, maybe of this season.
And I would agree with that. And also one of my favorite Michelle looks as well.
Oh,
I love Michelle in a bob.
So good. I mean, unfortunately, the cunty bob made her unable to judge properly, but we'll allow that. It's fine. No, Michelle looks great. And lest we forget to talk about the gorgeous, the stunning, the absolutely incredible Miss Danielle Pinnock, who looks gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous and just stands out so much more against everyone else's neutrals.
I love it. I love it so much. She said, oh, I'm going on Drag Race. I'm going to be in drag. Miss Danielle came in drags today, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love every bit of it. She looks so good. But yes, the panel looks gorge. I love Danielle. I love her work. I kind of wish she was here for next week, if I'm being a little selfish. I wish she was here for like a comedy challenge, but or like an acting based challenge in general, but I was very happy to see her for this challenge as well. So
yeah.
Shall we get into the makeovers?
Let's get into the makeovers.
Woo! First up, we have Miss Nene Coco and Patsy Coco. Is that a B?
That a B? This is like, you know, usually like with this season, like a lot of times on the runway, I've been saying a lot, it's hard to find a bad runway this season. But congratulations, we have found a bad runway. Nothing about this runway works for me. Nene's look does. What works for me is the family resemblance in the face. She has. You can see the faces and see that there's a family resemblance. The caterpillar looks like a bee. I mean, it does look like. If you know what caterpillar it is, you know it's a caterpillar. But this, I think, was just too high concept. And at this point in Drag Race, if you've watched Drag Race and they say family resemblance, they mean matching outfits.
Mm-hmm.
That's what family resemblance, at least to Michelle Visage, means. She doesn't care if her face looks the same, if it's the same paint on the face. It is same paint on the face, same hair, matching outfits. Are we teabagging these looks?
Yeah.
All right, so this to me is honestly a bag.
Yeah, it was. Here's the thing. As looks individually, I actually really like both of them. I think Nini's butterfly is really, really cute. I think it's really well done. And I really do like the caterpillar look on Patsy. I think the dress fits very nicely. There's some obvious alterations that had to be made, and I think Nini did a great job with those. The difficulty is that they did not sell this as caterpillar butterfly. They both kind of just walked the runway, and that was it. Like, I needed a bit of like shy cat. Like, I needed Patsy to come out first and be like shy little caterpillar kind of situation and really sell that. And then have Nini come out as like the mother butterfly. And like, I needed a storyline.
And they tried to. If you go back and watch, they tried to do that because what on Patsy was like a lot of this face, the
And
face.
they
It just
tried. It didn't connect
it didn't read.
No, it didn't, unfortunately. Like, the looks are really, really great, but for the overall performance on this for the day, it's going to be a bag for me. Let's talk about Mikey Meeks and Morgan Meeks.
So I will say I love Morgan Meeks. She should probably be on season 19 or season 20. But this was a little bit of helping out someone who happened to get this person because the fact that this is a former queen. This is somebody that knows, okay, cool, this is what my hip padding should be or should look like. This is what my body should look like. And you can just tell from when she hit the stage, and like, okay, no, this person knows how to pat their body. This person knows how to do X, Y, and Z. Because of the fact of the way they hold themselves, the way they walked. I mean, it's one of those ones where I'm of course it's one of the top looks. The look itself is really great. And also it is matchy matchy, but different enough. And like everything else is like this was like for the makeover challenge and drag family resemblance, kind of the perfect one. But the looks individually too, I also really like. So this both of these were my I'd say like up there, one of my top looks of the episode.
I absolutely agree. I think Mikey did such a good job here. I've seen so many people online being like, oh my God, Mikey should have been in the bottom. Oh my God, Mikey, this was just a boring ass dress. No, what Mikey did was give family resemblance, give, quite frankly, what the judges are asking for in this kind of challenge, and present a storyline with it as well.
Yeah.
And that was what was the most successful part of this. Like, seeing Morgan like fully revitalized was so refreshing to see. And like that in itself, I think, was kind of the tipping point that won the challenge for Mikey. And I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. Because I think they both look exceptional. Like, this is one of my favorite things Mikey has worn all season, to be honest with you. And it's so simple, it's so clean, but they both look like they're about to go to a movie premiere. And there is story, there is connection, and they did such a great job with this challenge. This is absolute tea. I loved both of them here.
And also, the people who say that it's just a simple gown, I just want to tell people, don't mistake clean for simple.
Mm-hmm.
don't mistake clean for simple, because these are both really clean looks. Those dresses are fitted. Those dresses fit them so nicely, both of them, that they're just clean up and down.
Yeah. I completely agree. Completely agree. Juicy Love Dion and Lucy Love Dion.
I was so worried with this look. I was so worried when it was like when they're like, oh, and when Juicy got someone who was a little bit bigger than she is and everything like that. I didn't think I was like, okay. When we first saw it, I was like, oh, Juicy's in the bottom. Juicy's in the bottom. Before even seeing the look, I was like, this is where it's. And then this came out. I'm like, oh no, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those ones where it's giving the she's like, I'm giving you Afro Latina, and it's like that's exactly what it is. It's giving Carmen Miranda, it is giving Celia Cruz, it is giving like Latina, it is giving Latina down the runway so much, and I love it. And you can tell that Lucy is also just like feeling herself in this. It was such
Oh
a fun
yeah.
thing to watch.
Uh-huh. I I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Um yeah, no, this was so good. I will say we've been a little bit critical about Juicy's runways this season. Um,
This is a good
not
runway.
all I was gonna say, not all necessarily feeling like something Juicy would wear.
This
I
feels like
feel like
something that Juicy would wear.
this feels like something Juicy would wear in general. And I really appreciated that for the makeover. Like, yes, some of the other categories, sure. I'm happy that Rosha has made some gorgeous looks for her for those categories that may not necessarily have been exactly what Juicy would have come up with herself. We don't know that for sure. Jury's still out. This felt so classically Juicy that I was really, really happy with it. This was my second favorite makeover of the night, actually. Like looking at it more, I'm just like I was so impressed with what she was able to transform for Lucy. The way she just looks so confident here, the family resemblance without it being completely identical. Like it's a very, very well done ensemble. It's
Mhm.
hot tea. I really, really enjoy this. Next up, Jane Don't and the late great Maybe Don't.
I This is one of the first one. This is actually my favorite looks of the night
Okay,
because they look like sisters.
they do.
They look like sisters, and the fact that I think Jane had the hardest hill to climb here in the makeover
Yeah.
because it's someone who is who was in their 60s, someone who is a lot more masculine body frame, a little more gruff, and turning her into a glamazon. And I like this is where I first start disagreeing with Michelle about them just not looking. There's no family resemblance other than the hair. No, the mug is the same.
Hmm.
If the mug is, what I think would have one thing I think that they could have done that I think would have tied it together a little bit more is if they were to switch boas. If Jane had the blue boa and maybe had the red boa,
Yep.
I think Michelle would have then seen the family resemblance. It's just that, it is one of those things where Michelle wants everything to be matchy matchy and family resemblances. And
Whatever.
I don't know any, drag family who, when they go out, if they want to do a family resemblance thing or dress alike, they don't dress alike.
Hmm.
I mean, you
Yeah.
may be like dress on a theme, dress on a color, but you're not like, yeah.
I don't get it, but whatever. It's fine. Because I also thought this was phenomenal. Um, And what was the best about it is that she, over anything, made sure that maybe was taken care of.
Yeah.
And that's really all that matters. Like,
And
in the grand scheme of it all now, that's all that matters.
yeah.
Like, I'm very happy that Jane did that. I am upset at how she felt during Untucked, and we'll talk about it a little bit. But yeah, it's yeah. I thought this was really, really well done.
Yeah.
If there had just been one or two, the accessories swapped or something, I guess. I don't
As I
know.
said, if you would have swapped the boas, I have a feeling. There's just a gut feeling if you would have swapped the boas. Because the blue dress has the blue boa, the red dress has the red boa. If you would have swapped the boas, I think it would have been.
Yeah, I agree. We've got Discord and Harmony Adams.
I love the Clueless reference of this. I love what Discord was trying to do. Honestly, it's such a cute. Both of these are such a cute look. They look like sisters again. There is a family resemblance. They're just not wearing matching things. This looks like Sugar and Spice on the runway.
It
Just like
does.
it looks like Sugar and Spice on the runway, and you're not going to tell me that the drag twins don't have a family resemblance.
I mean, they look better than Sugar and Spice. So,
but Discord painted her face onto somebody, and it
yep,
looks phenomenal.
it sure does.
Like, is it the most like? It's also what I love about this because I saw someone talking online about how a lot of Discord's runways look the same
Hmm.
because she said she designed all of her runways, so of course they're going to look a little bit the same because it's her design language.
Yep.
What I love about this is this looks totally different than anything else she's brought into the runway,
Hmm.
and
I
it looks
agree.
so good. These definitely look like two sisters who are rebelling against their rich dad. All a while wearing their designer clothes. They probably both have Birkin bags,
Hmm.
but they're like, ugh, daddy did this.
Hmm.
So yeah,
The storyline was there. What are we doing? I'm sorry. What are we doing?
because they want matching. That's what they want. That's what family resemblance means on Drag Race is matching.
Boo. Boo. I thought this was so good. I love a Clueless reference, so this made me very, very happy. I thought they did a really, really great job here. I don't get it. I don't know. I'm still angry.
Yeah.
I can't be angry though when I look at Darlene and Bonnie Mitchell.
This is honestly, this was my top look of the night. Because I know
I
I know these
agree.
sisters. I
I've
know
seen
these
them in
girls.
Vegas.
You've seen them in Vegas. I like it's, these are, I, these girls.
This is our family.
Yeah.
Like
And
from
this
both of
is,
our families. Like we know these girls.
it's like maybe actually not really my family, but I went to church with these women
Yep.
back when I went to church.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's like it's one of those ones where I do see the family resemblance. I absolutely love it. It's like you couldn't tell, like with the sisters of it all, it looks like two trashy twins because you couldn't tell which one's the younger, which one's the older.
No.
You know,
Because they both look around the same age of like
They could be 20, they could be 50. You don't know. And it's the same as these girls, these women in real life. They could be
Yeah,
20, they could be
they could be
50.
50. Yeah, no. What really ties the whole thing together for me is the blue biker shorts and the orange full leggings. Like that. And then I didn't even realize they were both wearing the horrible strappy Darlene shoe. But the
Yeah.
horrible strappy Darlene shoe works with this ensemble. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's really quite good. It's really quite good.
Yeah. It's,
I love also the leopard print like apron skirt on Darlene.
I
Like
think
it's so
Darlene is bringing, like, this season. What I loved about Darlene so much is that she's not only bringing fashion, she's bringing hot. I think it's been a while because I've looked through other seasons
good. Sure,
since
yeah.
starting the podcast. I have not watched them. I've looked through his looks, and
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone who has brought as for a while who has brought as much high camp as Darlene has. Not
Not
just
on
camp,
mainline. Not on
not
mainline.
mainline, and that's what I'm talking about. When I talk here, I'm talking mainline. I'm bringing as much high camp
Yeah.
consistently as Darlene has. And it's so good to see high camp on Drag Race and not, I mean, she does bring glamour, but it's with
Hmm.
this camp edge to it, which I absolutely adore.
Like I think there are some queens internationally that I would put in the same like drag universe as Darlene. Um like someone that like I need to introduce you to Drag Race Philippines is what I really need to do. Because for me, Darlene lives in the same universe as Arizona Brandy, who I love and just gives that level of like high camp. And that's like that is her thing. And I love her for it. But like she lives in the same universe as like Ben de la Creme, as
Yeah.
like that's like those are the queens that I think of when I think of like a queen like Darlene. And I would agree with you. I think it's been a minute since someone on Drag Race has brought high camp and brought such a diverse package as well.
Hmm.
Like we've run the full gamut with Darlene. We've gotten everything from high fashion to this.
Yeah.
And I find myself loving almost everything Darlene presents on this season. And it's quite fun. And Darlene is quite fun.
Darlene's quite fun. I just had a realization with this look.
Mm,
Whatever character this is, it's the same character. If we were to have a character outside of
hmm
Darlene Mitchell, same character as the skin runway, as my favorite part, skin where she had the sunburn. Same woman.
Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. Is this just trash reincarnated?
This is just trash reincarnated, and I absolutely love it.
I love it. I love it so much. Cat podcaster.
He was bothering me when I was sewing, so I had to bother him.
Yes, of course. Um, what I didn't love, Randy, was the judging.
Yeah,
Specifically,
yeah,
Michelle's weird judging and Law being mean to just be mean. Like, I love La Roche usually. But this one, I especially towards Discord, I was like, you mean you're not going to give any kind of positive critique? Or any sort of indication as to why you hate it? Like, obviously, things are cut for time.
yeah.
But I'm like, and from the sounds of it, there wasn't anything positive from Law towards Discord. Because Discord was like, yeah, I'm not taking anything Law says on board. This is not La Roche's Drag Race. And I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, but really, Michelle, I don't know what that cunty bob did to you. Don't wear it on a makeover challenge ever again, please. Please. It would be nice. It would be nice.
Yeah.
But I thought Danielle was a great guest judge, though.
She was a great guest judge.
Great guest judge. Loved her. Brought a lot of great humor and a lot of great one-liners. And sometimes that's all you need from a guest judge.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell she's a fan, and you can also tell they brought her in on the wrong challenge for her
Yeah.
skill set.
I think if they would have brought her in like next week, it would have been better.
Yeah. I agree completely. But Untucked happens, and it's pretty standard with a hint of goat dressing,
which is an actual thing in gay rodeo.
It's an actual event.
It's an actual event.
I thought it was
As I
quite
said,
fun.
I liked the energy that they brought, that the gay rodeo brought to the room, that they brought to Untucked. It was a really good energy.
I agree completely. I hated seeing Jane kind of getting down on herself because this is kind of the one stumble that she's had this season so far. And it being on a challenge where she was supposed to take care of someone. Like, I really felt for her there. I hope it doesn't fuck with the rest of her trajectory. Like, I really, really don't. Because it very well, it might. So
yeah, I got the cutest blep out of the cat, so I had to take a picture.
Oh no, I understand completely, and I
So
support you.
if for this, I will send that picture to Logan. And Logan, if you want to put the picture of Samson on the cup socials,
I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that.
So everyone can see the cutest little blep I have from this little. We call him our criminal because he's a little monster.
He is, yes. I was like, I'm not editing it into the video. If you want me to do that, I ain't doing that today. But, but yes, let's talk about what happened. What happened? Everything in between, because we get some results, and they are interesting, to say the least. And, for the most part, agreeable. So, our top 3 for the week are Juicy, Darlene, and Mikey. Do we agree?
I fully agree with these top 3. I think all the top 3 did really well. Not only nailing the family resemblance, but also I think everyone did a really good job of making their person feel comfortable. But really, bringing out the best, making sure they were having. You could tell every one of them were having a good time too. Actually, I'm gonna strike that. Everyone was having a good time. There wasn't anyone that looked like they were not having fun or they were sad about who they had.
And that's why, for me, I don't think anybody should have gone home this week.
Yeah.
There are 2 more competitive episodes. Why did somebody have to go home?
Because the producers thought that it was time for Discord to be done.
Yeah, it seems like it. But the winner of this week's Maxi Challenge is Mikey. Good.
Which, yeah, it was really good. Honestly, what I think is what I think is good. I really do hope that that queen comes back. That Morgan Meeks either comes back as Morgan Meeks or whatever her old drag name was.
Because
I think it'd be sickening to see that queen come back and be on
I would love to see it
on 20 or 19 or 20.
I completely agree. This is our official petition for Morgan Meeks for season 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see it. I think that would be so much fun.
And either as Morgan Meeks or as
I
whatever
don't
her
know
old name
what.
was.
Yeah, I don't know what her original drag name was, but either
I
way,
mean,
I want to see
they
it.
didn't say, yeah.
Yeah, either way, I want to see it.
I mean,
I want to
we
see it.
could have just we could have found we could easily find it by going to probably the IGR website and looking up formal royalty and looking up who was the Miss IGRA in 2000. But yeah, that's work, y'all. As I say that, as I hear clicking of keyboards from Logan.
Oh, I understand why they couldn't say his original drag name.
What was the original drag name?
Harley Quinn.
Ah, yeah,
Makes sense.
makes sense.
Also very hot now and younger. Yep, thank you, IGRA Hall of Fame. So
I mean,
more than Meeks it is. Which means because those three were the top, we have a bottom three of Discord, Nene, and for the first time this season, Jane Don't.
Which like. It's one of those ones I agree with. I agree with Nene being in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like. I don't know who else I would put in the bottom.
Which is why no one should have gone home.
Yeah.
I think it should have just been, honestly, for me, I think it should have been a top two lip sync between Mikey and Darlene.
Okay, I can see that.
I think that would have been, because no one sucked. Even like, was Nene the worst? Yes. Did she suck? No.
No.
Like, easily safe on another makeover challenge. Easily.
Yeah.
So, but they decide to save Jane from the bottom, which is correct. And we end up with Discord and Nene in the bottom two. Lip syncing to the classic drag standard ballad, We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande.
And for someone who knows music like Discord, not knowing the difference between a mid-tempo pop song and a ballad is mind-blowing.
What do you mean? This was totally a ballad.
Completely a ballad, you know?
I mean, I love this song, so I was excited to finally see it on Drag Race. And the lip sync was good. I think both of them did good, but as Discord mentioned in Untucked, you can tell she's never performed Ariana Grande.
Not once has Discord ever performed Ariana Grande.
No. And Nene has probably performed this song.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Discord did a really good job. Like there was a good amount of like scrappiness in the lip sync that I really appreciated. Like for it being her only lip sync of the season, I think she went out on a great note. Like she looked great. She performed really great. But this was one of those lip syncs this season where Nene just had every single bit of the song.
Had every single bit of the song and knew every single lyric. There were times where I'm like, oh, Discord does not quite know the lyrics there.
Nene knew every single breath of the song.
Yeah.
Like that's the level. And Discord was dropping a few words here and there, which was really unfortunate, but I think they both gave a really good performance. It's unfortunate. Yeah. I think it's funny too that we got the storyline of them like not really being friends and then being paired together for the not the improv challenge, but the political challenge earlier this season, and then growing their storyline. And then now they can't be friends in the lip sync because one of them's about to go home and it's going to be Discord.
Yeah.
And it was quite sad. And Discord goes home. I'm sad. I'm very sad.
We did get a final Discord cam.
I appreciated it greatly.
We didn't talk about the Harmony cam.
A Harmony cam. The split screen Discord and Harmony Cam was phenomenal. I loved it.
And the next Discord cam that we're going to get is going to be, the finale.
Oh, because they're going to do Discord cam for the finale. 100%.
Yes. It's been a running gag the entire season, so yes.
Oh, but of course. But I'm very happy for Discord after finally getting on Drag Race after 12 times applying. The second most that we are aware of out of anybody. The most being Athena.
Really?
13.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So this season was like, okay, we'll finally give it to these girls.
Literally. It was 13 for Athena, 12 for Discord, and 11 for Saphira Crystal, who was on season 16 and ended up being the runner-up.
Okay.
So I'm very happy Discord finally got on Drag Race. I've known about her for years, so to finally see her get on Drag Race, be as successful, she's gonna be fine for the rest of her career.
Yes.
And as she said in her exit line, we are gonna see her on All Stars, and I'm excited.
Oh, 100%. It would be dumb not to bring her back on an All Stars.
Honestly, I know they typically don't do this with Versus the World with the US contestants because everyone that's competed on a Versus the World so far for the US has already been on an All Stars. I think Discord would be the perfect person to jump to a Versus the World.
Okay.
Like, I would love to see her like in and amongst the international queens, because I really think it would be such a fun representative. She would be such a fun representative for the US.
Okay.
Like, I think that would be a really fun scenario. Obviously, I'd like to see her back on All Stars in general as well. But more Discord, and subsequently more Discord cam.
I mean, she might learn how to walk, for the next one of those.
No, Rue told her to never sissy that walk.
That's fair.
But we love you, Discord. And the show is going to be a lot more calm now. There's not going to be Discord. I don't know. I tried. Sorry. I'm going to move on. I tried and failed epically. Draft update, even though not much has changed. Jonathan and Mike are still at the bottom with 52 points. Lana is in third with 78.5 points. Sugar is in second at 105.5. And I am leading the draft still with 139.5 points. Party. And next week, Karen's Gone Wild.
It's either going to be really funny or real cringy.
Well, okay, so they've done this like improv style challenge with Rue, like one-on-one style. They've done a few of those recently. The most recent one they did was on All Stars 9, where all of the girls got like a dynasty style monologue segment with Rue, and it went really well.
Okay.
So I think with these 5 girls, especially, I think we're going to get some really fun moments.
That's fair.
I think we're setting up for a second Darlene Mitchell win, and that makes me happy too.
Yeah.
Because we do know what the last 2 challenges are. It's this Karen's Gone Wild challenge, and then it's Good Morning Bitches as the final, presumably final 4 challenge. Not a music video, not a book challenge. It's an improv challenge right before, which I think is really quite fun. I think that's a fun, difference maker. And yeah, I think it's going to be quite a fun end to the season. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you for joining us for this lovely, fantastic recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 12. There will not be a look over here this week because
we basically just did it.
We just did it. So make sure to join us next week for episode 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race, where we will be talking all about some Karens and everything in between. make sure to check out everything we're doing here across the Cup Network. Check out all the links below. On your way out, go get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Go check out another video of ours. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.